The coach would shout and scream in our faces, so close that I could smell their breath and feel their spit landing on my face.
I wouldn't eat the night before weigh-in to make sure I was lighter on the scale.
A harrowing glimpse behind the scenes of a successful sport.
The coach would put their whole body weight on us to stretch us into splits.
These just a handful of the testimonies in a damning report into British gymnastics.
We were all made so obedient.
A documentary about the American sport gave some here the confidence to speak out, which led to the review spanning 12 years. Jen Pinches contributed to the report. She competed in London 2012 and recognises the brutal training methods and culture of fear.
Over 95% of British Gymnastics members are children under the age of 18. Over 70% are under the age of 12. So the traumatic experiences that are detailed in the White Review and that we've heard at Gymnasts for Change are child abuse. You know, we're not talking about tough coaching or discipline. This is child abuse. 40% of the cases that the White Review has found are physically abusive cases.
Amid the growing allegations, British Gymnastics Chief Executive Jane Allen retired in October 2020. Women's head coach Amanda Reddin stood down in May. The sport's new head had this message for British gymnasts.
I need to say sorry to them. We have failed and let them down. We have not put their welfare at the heart of what we do at British Gymnastics.
If we accept that there was behaviour that amounted to abuse, can you tell me what's happened to those coaches now? Are they still within the sport?
We're dealing with every complaint that we have. That is the crucial thing, that we need the gymnasts to raise those complaints. We deal with those robustly and fairly. And where we need to take sanctions and coaches need to be removed from our sport, they will be removed.
So no clear answer to that. But the report makes recommendations to change the whole culture. And UK sport will be watching on.
The responsibility of welfare and culture is that for a national governing body, and we will do what is within our power as funding agencies to ensure that they deliver against those recommendations.
For gymnasts like Jen, who gave their all to their sport, this day of reckoning is welcome, but only real change will make them feel truly heard.
Well, Tessa joins us live in the studio now. You've brought the report with you. We can see how thick it is, and it's truly shocking, isn't it?
It is. This is a weighty report. There's some 300 pages in here, and a lot of it is testimony from those gymnasts, as you heard at the start of my report there. I can give you details, as upsetting as they are, of some of the punishments they face. We're talking about children being forced to stand on beams or hang from bars for hours in some cases as punishments. We're talking about them running on treadmills until they were exhausted and then being denied water, or being forced to climb the ropes as a punishment for asking to go to the toilet. This is humiliation, shaming, athletes who were scared of eating too much food because they'd be weighed the next day and then punished for it. And there were 400 different gymnasts who contributed to this. So this was normalised, and I think that's the most shocking thing about it.
Yeah, that it was almost part of the culture. So what sort of recommendations are in there for what should happen now?
Well, there are 3 pages of recommendations, and one thing I have to say is the report accepts that significant reforms have been made since the new head started. This new leadership is already making a difference, but what she is pledging to do is put gymnasts' well-being at the heart of the system, overhaul the complaint system and overhaul the coaching as well. But as you heard in my report, I asked, are some of these coaches still out there? I didn't get a clear answer. So I think building trust in gymnastics is not going to happen again overnight.
Okay, it's going to take some time. Tessa, thank you very much for